What's up, guys? I'm randomfrankp, back with episode 117 of Room Tour Project, the series where we show off the best gaming setups. Our special guest is going to be SrgntBallistic. I had him on way back when the series first started, so it's great to check up on his setup so you guys can check it out. If you see anything you like, check the links in the description down below. I'll have everything you see listed in this episode down there for you. But let's start off episode 117. First up is a sleek white and black gaming setup that keeps it simple, the one curved ultra-wide monitor, everything nice and organized. Checking it out, it's the LG 34UC87C, so again 34 inches, a nice curved ultra-wide here, big fan of this. That's held up on the Ergotech Freedom arm. Then right here in our face for his audio gear, he has the Cantu YU3 speaker setup for his audio, and also he has the Beyerdynamic DT 1700 Pro headphones right next to that, and a nice Silverstone headphone stand. And as for the rest of his peripherals, his keyboard is the Filco Magitus Convertible 2 keyboard. Really like this one. Got some nice white keycaps on here to help accent it, with Logitech G900 mouse on a Reflex Lab extended mouse pad. So pretty much here keeping the peripherals also black and white. But again here, all about simplicity. Then in the back, going over his PC, that's the NZXT S340 Elite case. Inside the Intel i5 6600K CPU with the NZXT Kraken X42 AIO. Got 16 gigs of Corsair Vengeance RAM and an MSI GTX 1070 Armor GPU. And also inside the NZXT Hue Plus LED strips. So again, while primarily a black and white PC, but with those RGB light strips, add some color to the room overall, make it all pop. And I'm sure you saw the Stormtrooper pop figure there as well. So an extremely sterile and clean gaming setup here. Nothing out of the ordinary, but it sticks true to that nice, organized, sleek, modern setup here. Love the simplicity. Cable management's also pretty good. And having a live clock in the wallpaper is a nice little touch. Next up is Epsi. And oh my god. This is gonna win the award for best setup of 2018, calling that now in January because I don't know what can top this ever. This is absolutely insane. Jaw dropped, pants dropped. What? Alright, so while your eyes glaze over with all this insane setup goodness, I'll just read you some of the specs and go over all his gear, but just remember, you're gonna need to grab some water. You don't want to die. All right, so first, this is insane. He has 3 Acer monitors on the bottom, which are 37.5 inches apiece, curved. That solo monitor on top there for the overhead is a 29-inch LG monitor, and then mounted above those 4 is a 4K TV from LG coming in at 65 inches. Wow, wee wah. That's from Borat. Now, as for his peripherals, he has the Tesoro Gram SE Spectrum White Edition, going along with the Razer Mamba Tournament Edition mouse on a nice extended mouse pad from Glorious PC Gaming Race. He also got the HTC Vive for some VR setup. And as for audio, he's rocking the Sennheiser HD558 headphones. But then it doesn't end there, obviously, because he's got a badass PC over on the side, pretty much like on his wall. And that case is the Cooler Master C700P tower. Inside the AMD Threadripper 1950X with the Cooler Master Master Liquid AIO to keep it nice and cool. With 128 gigabytes of some G.Skill Trident C RGB RAM and dual GTX 1080 Ti overclocked GPUs from Asus, with 2 terabytes of Samsung Pro 960 M.2 SSDs, and that's all on the Asus ROG Zenith Extreme motherboard here. So I'm about to pass out because this is just the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. RGB everywhere, but it's not like over the top. It all fits in kind of to like a specific color theme, with getting some blues and accents, some like pinks and purples to bring it all together. But it's just, for what this is, it's insanely organized as well. Like, nothing's out of place. And he also has a massive projector he can just roll down for, gaming or watching movies on that. Don't know why he'd want to cover the setup though necessarily. But either way, this dude's got options. So Epsi, man, you have pretty much got everyone's dream setup in the world combined. and you made it come to life. I'm insanely jealous. I love it, and like I said, I'm dubbing this like best gaming setup of the world for 2018 and possibly just all of existence. Alright, I'm not crying, you're crying. We're moving on now to RockinRaynor. And this is also an amazing setup. It's just unfortunate that it has to follow what we just witnessed. So for this one here, he also has 3 gaming monitors hooked up for the triple monitor display. His primary being the Asus ROG Swift, the PG278QR. This one's nice, it's 27 inches, 2560 by 1440p with 165 Hz refresh rate. And the other monitors on each side are Asus 27-inch monitors as well. As for his peripherals, he has the Corsair K70 Lux keyboard with the Razer Death Adder Chroma mouse on the Corsair MM200 extended mousepad. Then for audio, he has Sennheiser HD 579 headphones with 2 JBL LSR 305 2-inch speakers. And if you haven't gathered already, the theme he's going for here is clearly the fifth element. Definitely pulls it off well. Now over to his PC on the right side of his desk, that case is the NZXT Source 530, and inside is an i5 5820Q with the Corsair H105 CPU cooler on a Gigabyte X99P SLI ATX motherboard. Got 16 gigs of G-Skill Ripjaw 4 series RAM and a GTX 1080 Ti Gaming X Trio GPU from MSI. So a solid build for sure, and even this, I feel like his PC itself is kind of matching that fifth element theme too, so good job on that. So altogether, a great triple monitor gaming setup here from RockinRaynor. Again, I love that you're sticking to your theme, going all in, and everything here is matching that perfectly. And then we got a setup from New1757, another great use of some RGB lighting behind the desk to really, make a setup come to life. I love when I see RGB lighting done nicely, and this is a fantastic example, especially with that PC case. The little light strip in here looks great. So as for his solo display, it is a 34-inch LG 34UM57 ultra wide on the human scale M8 monitor arm. And then off on the left side here for some extra RGB lighting, he has one of those glowing mood balls, definitely fits in. And as for audio, he has the Alesis Elevate 3 studio monitor speakers. I probably pronounced that horribly wrong. Then for his peripherals, his keyboard is the Corsair K65 RGB. So you got the real tramp stamp logo on there, good find, with the Logitech MX Master mouse and a switch just chilling. But I will say I think you might benefit from a newer mousepad. That one's got some miles on it. And then rounding it out for his PC, that is the Phanteks Enthoo Lux case, and inside is an i7 6700K CPU with an Asus Z170 Gaming Aurora motherboard, 16 gigs of some XPG RAM, and an Asus GTX 1080 GPU. And don't forget, you got the little guy peeking through the window there, nice little stormtrooper there saying what's up. And we can't just ignore the Herman Miller M-body chair there. Big props for that pickup. And I like your posters on the wall, your prints. Helps add some extra splashes of color as well. Kind of balances out the white and wooden desk you got going on. So altogether, man, killing it. Loving what you did here.
What is up? I'm SrgntBallistic, but you guys can call me Brian. I'm going to take you guys on a quick tour of my dual PC gaming and YouTube production setup. But first, thanks to Frank for having me back on the show. Me and him go way back like Eagles fans and playoff heartbreak. I prefer to have a separate editing and gaming setup, so everything is set up across 3 IKEA Linneman tables with some Alex shelves here and there. And of course, we've got the IKEA Signums under there to take care of all the cable management. So probably the thing I'm most proud of in my setup is this custom PC. I call it Arashi Kage or Storm Shadow. It's an all white rig. It's all inside the Fractal Design Define R5. Got some custom white sleeves, custom painted white fans, an all white air cooler. And I'm currently in the process of painting the SLI GTX 980s and their backplates white. I think the best part of the build is definitely the transparent LCD mod. You guys have seen Frank's Snowblind build. This is the same thing, but I modded it myself, starting with the stripped down LCD monitor and adding some custom electronics and enough LEDs to give even Frank a tan. I like to put custom stuff up there depending on what game I'm playing, like Overwatch or Rainbow Six Siege. I am working on a series of videos showing how you can recreate this mod if you like. Connected to my PC are 3 144Hz monitors. I primarily game on the center 27-inch Acer G-Sync display and use the others for streaming and social media and such like that. The audio interface in my setup is the Creative Labs X7, which pushes sound to my Audio-Technica ATH-8700Xs. These are open back and my go-to for gaming. I've also got the middle monitor hooked up to my gaming consoles as well. I've got the limited edition Black Ops 3 PS4 and the limited edition Halo 5 Xbox. So my editing rig was one of the first PCs I built on my channel, and it's actually due for an upgrade. It's based around the AMD FX 8350 and currently has an AMD FirePro W9100 in it, but it's all inside one of my favorite cases of all time, the Corsair 760T. I love that window. That PC is hooked up to my 2 LG IPS displays. On the right we have the 34UM67-P 34-inch ultra-wide FreeSync 75Hz monitor. Absolutely awesome for editing video and other types of content creation. So yeah, that's my setup, but I've got a lot more stuff in this room. I love collector's editions of games, consoles, and controllers. If you'd like to check those out and some other stuff like my video recording setup, I encourage you to check out my full room tour. And if you like Frank's content, I think you'll definitely find some stuff you'll like on my channel as well. We've got some new PC builds and a whole new setup in the works right now. Thanks for watching, and thanks again to Frank for featuring my setup and being a good sport. Ballistic out.
Alright guys, that'll wrap it up for episode 117 of Room Tour Project. Hope you enjoyed, and a big shout out and thank you to Brian from SrgntBallistic for being on this episode, showing off his setup. If you want to check out his channel, I'll have it listed down below, as well as all the products and gear you saw listed in this episode. Check the description down below. If you liked the episode, give it a thumbs up to show your support. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at randomfrankp. And last, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and comment down below, fly Eagles fly. Well, I'm Random Frank P. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.